What is up everybody, Mr. Red Builder here, and today I'm going to be showing you 10 redstone circuits you should know how to build in Minecraft. Quick note, only 6 of these circuits will work in all versions of Minecraft, but those 6 are still pretty cool. Let's get into the video, shall we? Alright, so the first circuit on our list here is the Comparator Pulse Extender. This is a really cool thing if, say, your button pulse isn't long enough to power one of the circuits that you made, or if you want to, say, keep a door open after a player steps off of the pressure plate. So basically what it does is, if you watched my comparator video, you'll know that comparators have a 1-tick activation delay, and that they sustain the redstone signal strength going into them as coming out the front. So, what happens with this is when you push the button, it charges this redstone up to 15, and then there's a 1-tick delay before it makes it to this side. It dies down by 1 tick before this side dies down by 1, so on and so forth. So then all you have to do is use a repeater to take an output, and voila, you have a sustained signal output. Now, let's see how to build it. To build the Comparator Pulse Extender, you're going to need some buttons, redstone lamps, comparators, and repeaters. You're also going to need white concrete or another building block, and redstone dust. I'm going to be placing down these 2 pieces of redstone dust, and then you're going to place a comparator facing out of that, and a comparator facing into it. Now you're going to place a block out of the one that's facing this way, and then place a piece of redstone dust next to it. Now you're going to take your repeater for your output, and then just run it into whatever you want your output to be, and then your input is going to be through this side right here, so you can slap down your button, and there you go, a fully working, super simple pulse extender. This next circuit is the dropper hopper toggle flip-flop, which if you watched my how to use the dispenser and dropper video, you'll already know how to build one of these. Basically what it does is, in all versions of Minecraft, just like the pulse extender, allows you to take a button and basically turn it into a lever. Now this is a really compact design to be able to do this, so let me show you how to build it. To build the dropper hopper toggle flip-flop, you're going to need some redstone lamps, comparator, button, hopper, and dropper. And so what you're going to do is come on over to where you want your input to be and place a dropper facing upwards 1 block below that, and then a dropper facing backwards on top of it. Then you're going to take a hopper and place it facing into this bottom dropper, and then place another one on top of this hopper. Now this is the main part of the toggle flip-flop, nearly done, so all you're going to have to do is place a button on it, and then drop any item in there, and now you're going to be taking your output from this dropper, or you can take it from this one, but I like taking it from the bottom one. So we're going to place down a comparator, and then I'm just going to be using a redstone lamp here. And voila, we have a fully working toggle flip-flop. This is something that I like to call the classy trash can, but it can also be classified as a comparator clock hooked into a dropper, hooked up to a chest. So it's incredibly simple. You can see that it all fits within this really compact frame. And what it does is, if we take any old item here, we'll place some into this chest, and then you can see that this redstone starts firing once there are items in it, and then they all get dropped into the lava to never be seen again. To build this, you are going to need a comparator, some repeaters, a building block of your choice. I'm going to be using white concrete, some redstone dust, dropper, hopper, chest, and of course lava for the sanitary disposal of items. So what you're going to do is you're going to dig a hole in the back of where you want to build this, and then dig it 2 blocks deep, dig out another hole here, and 1 more. Then you're going to place a dropper facing backwards into this hole, a hopper facing into that dropper, and then either a chest or a double chest on top of this. Next, you're going to place your lava in here, and then you're going to want to build up a little wall around here so that no items come flying out. Now you're going to dig out a small area right here, to be precise, 3 by 2 by 1 block deep, and then you're going to take a comparator output from this dropper. This is going to detect when we have items in the dropper to be dropped out, and then you're going to set it to subtraction mode by right-clicking, and then place a repeater coming out of that, and a line of redstone dust leading back to this comparator. Now break the piece of redstone dust right next to this repeater, place a block, and then fly crouch and place them on top of these repeaters and comparator, and then run a redstone line to the top of the dropper. Now you can simply chuck some items in here, and they will be dropped out into the lava. The next thing that we are going to be talking about is a hopper clock. This will also work in all versions of Minecraft. What it is 2 hoppers facing into each other, and then comparators detecting the output of a single item passing back and forth through them. That gives us this decently quick output, and it's also pretty compact, being only 1 block wide. Now I'm going to show you how to build it. To build the hopper clock, you're going to need some redstone lamps, or another thing that you're going to be taking the output for, 2 hoppers and 2 comparators, or just 1 comparator if you want a slower circuit. What you're going to do is place down one of your hoppers, and then sneak and place one facing into it, and then break that one and place it facing into it. Next, you're going to take a comparator output from each of these, and you are going to want to use a repeater on this if you want it to travel any more than 1 block. And then I'm just going to slap my redstone lamps down, and then all you have to do to start it is drop in a single item of your choice, and it will give us this nice clock here. The next thing that we're going to be talking about is another clock, and this also works in all versions. What this is actually a 1-tick clock, so it's basically as fast as you can get, realistically. And it's also incredibly compact, and it will allow you to take a signal strength 15 output, so that's pretty nice. To build the repeater clock, you are going to need some repeaters, some redstone dust, a building block of your choice. I'm going to be using some redstone lamps to sense the output, and then you're going to need a lever button, redstone block, or redstone torch, basically anything that can output a constant signal strength to charge it up. So you're going to place 1 repeater facing forwards, and then 1 facing backwards directly next to it. Now place a block in front of each of those, and then a piece of redstone dust behind each of them, and then I'm going to be putting my redstone lamps on top of there. Now you're going to take your lever and charge this system basically as quickly as you can. So you're going to click twice as quickly as you can. Ready? And there we have it. If it does not charge correctly, say you hold it on for a little too long, you can simply break this and then replace it, and it should start running. This is known as the Jeb door. It is a 2x2 flush door that does only work in Java Edition, but it's still pretty cool. I mean, look at this opening and closing sequence. It's incredibly smooth, and you cannot see that it's there. It can also be modified to any input that you want, and only requires 8 pieces of redstone stuff. To build the Jeb door, you are going to need pistons, redstone dust, repeaters, your input source, and a building block, or several. To start, you're going to come to the back area of your build area, and place a 2x2 grid of pistons like this. Your door is going to open and close right here. Now you're going to place a tower of 2 pistons in the back in front of those ones, and then mirror the entire thing right to the other side so that you have a 2-block walkway in between. Next, you're going to fill in all of this with your door block, which I would recommend making the same material that you make the rest of your door out of, and then fill in the rest of this area. Now you're going to place 2 pieces of redstone dust along each side, like so, and then 2 across the middle. Now you're going to place down 2 repeaters facing out of the middle, and right-click them again so that you get a 2-tick delay. Then you can run your input into this middle section, and I'm just going to be using a lever, so there we have it. And I also have a detailed video on how to build this on my YouTube channel. This is another toggle flip-flop design that's slightly easier to take an output from, however it does only work in Java Edition. How this works is it cuts off the signal at 1 tick right here, and then makes this piston drop the redstone block, causing a constant power output. So this is a really cool thing to have, and it is slightly bigger than the other one, but it's a lot easier to take an output from, so I definitely say that the size is worth it. To build this, all you're going to need is a button of your choice, a building block that is not clear so that you can conduct a redstone signal through it. You're going to need some redstone dust, pistons, a repeater, block of redstone, and then whatever you want to output to. I'm just going to be using a redstone lamp. First, you're going to create an L shape of solid blocks with redstone dust right here, and then you're going to place your button on the upper block. Now take your sticky piston and place it facing upwards, place a block on it and directly to the side, and then you're going to take a repeater output from this block. Next, you can either place the sticky piston right on the edge of this repeater, or place a block down and then do it whichever way you prefer, and then place a block of redstone on this piston, and then you're going to be taking your output from either right here or right here. So this is our toggle flip-flop complete, and I can just slap a redstone lamp down right here, and you can see that it is fully working. This is a must-have circuit for any secret bases. As you can see that this wall is like completely smooth, you can extend it out as far as you want, and this is a redstone torch key. So as you can see, it's incredibly simple, and it's 1 block wide, but that certainly does not affect how well it functions. The redstone torch key allows you to take an output from just placing down a redstone torch. Then it breaks the torch for you, and everything slides right back into place. You can see it in operation on the side. And now I'm going to show you how to build it. Okay, so to build the redstone torch key, you're going to need repeaters, a block of redstone, 2 sticky pistons, redstone dust, redstone torch, and a block of your choice. So all you're going to need to do is come up 4 blocks with your preferred building material, and then come over 1, and place a sticky piston facing downwards with a redstone block on it. It should look something like this now. Next, you're going to build up your walls, so you can cut out this bottom corner here or leave it in. And then I'm going to build up 3 blocks and cut out the corner again. That's unnecessary, but I like the way that that looks. Next, all you're going to do is place either redstone dust or repeater here, it's your choice. And then take your white concrete or other building block and place it right there. And make sure that you don't click this redstone dust again, otherwise it will not function. Next, place a redstone torch on top of this block, another block on top of it, and 1 final redstone torch, and then place a piston on top of that redstone torch facing into this block. Now the system should look like this, and now whenever you place a redstone torch here, because of block update detection, BUD, or quasi-connectivity, QC for short, this will now allow you to take an output from the placing of a redstone torch. This is probably one of the easiest circuits to build in the entire video. I mean, it's so small. What this is actually an armor equipper. So you can see when I walk in here and push this button, a shield gets dropped into my hand, so does a sword and an enchanted golden apple, and then if I hit F5 here, you can see that I am fully kitted out in netherite armor. So this is a must-have contraption if you're one for PvP. So let's get to the building. To build the armor equipper, you're going to need solid blocks of your choice, a button, 2 pieces of redstone dust, and some dispensers. You can use almost any number of dispensers you want, except only in up to this pattern right here, as that's how you can power them with this layout. All you're going to do is place down 2 towers of dispensers on either side, and then another one at the back, and then place a solid block here just temporarily, and place another dispenser facing downwards, and then you can destroy this block. Next, all you've got to do is place down 2 solid blocks behind this, and make sure that these can conduct a redstone signal through. Watch my video on how to use redstone dust for more about that. And then simply place 2 pieces of redstone dust on top of those, and a button on this top middle dispenser. Now all you've got to do is fill these up with armor, tools, whatever you want, and then press the button and they'll all be dispensed to you. This armor equipper will also work in Bedrock Edition, but I am playing in Java Edition right now. This is a flying machine, and these things are awesome. Flying machines can be constructed with either honey or slime blocks. I prefer to use honey though. And they can carry a player either vertically or horizontally with them, or if you use honey, even other items. So you can see when I press this button, it triggers this note block, which triggers that observer, and this is going to continue going up to sky limit. So it's actually a pretty universally used device, so it's pretty cool. To build the flying machine, all you're going to need is observers, honey or slime blocks, and sticky pistons. This will not work in Bedrock Edition though. All you've got to do is place down your observer facing with the red dot upwards or outwards if you're building this horizontally, and then place a piston so that it's taking that output, and then 2 slime or honey blocks, and then basically build the entire thing again on the other side but upside down. Now this is your flying machine complete. I mean, look at how easy that was. And voila, those are both going to be going up to sky limit, and you can send them horizontally. Just make sure that your chunks are loaded, that they are traveling in, otherwise they will cease functioning. I really enjoyed making this video, so I hope you enjoyed watching it too. If you did, please leave me a like on the video and subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell while you're at it so that you know as soon as I post a new video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye!